Welcome to the London Web Summit. We're joined by Cindy Gallop, whose speech earlier woke everyone up in the audience. Cindy, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
What's the name of your latest project, and what was it set out to do?
I have two startup ventures, actually, If We Ran the World and Make Love Not Porn, and the latter is the one that I spoke about today. So Make Love Not Porn derives from the fact that I date younger men, who tend to be men in their 20s, and I therefore encountered very directly and personally the real impact of the ubiquity of hardcore pornography in our culture today. So what MakeLoveNotPorn.com does is it posts the myths of hardcore porn and it balances them with the reality. So the construct is porn world, real world. This is what happens in the porn world, this is what happens in the real world. And it's very important to say, by the way, that Make Love Not Porn is not anti-porn. I'm entirely pro-porn, I watch it myself. The issue I'm tackling is not porn. The issue I'm tackling is the complete lack in our society of an open, healthy dialogue around sex and porn, which would then allow people to bring a real-world mindset to viewing what's essentially artificial entertainment. If you boiled my entire message to Make Love Not Porn down to one thing, be purely and simply talk about it.
So how are you sort of challenged? What's the actual service? Is it a service that you're creating? Or?
I put MakeLoveNotPorn.com up 3 years ago as a very basic, very minimal website on no money. The response it's had has been extraordinary ever since, partly helped by the fact that I got to launch it at TED with a very explicit TED talk, which, because of its explicitness, is not posted on TED.com, but if you Google me, you can find it. And the response has been so amazing that I've felt a huge personal responsibility to take it forwards in a way that will make it much more far-reaching, helpful and effective. So I am doing that in that my team and I are building what will be a business venture and what will launch, we hope in May, as MakeLoveNotPorn.tv.
And so is it a discussion show, or people upload their own videos? Can you tell us a bit more what it's going to be about?
Now, I'm afraid I'm going to be deeply aggravating and say that we are operating MakeLoveNotPorn.tv in stealth mode. And the only reason we're doing that is not because I believe in doing that. I'm totally one of those entrepreneurs who believes the more you share an idea, the better it gets, except when it comes to sex. Which, more than any other area I work in as a business person, proves the truth that's saying we do not see things as they are, we see things as we are. I actually take heat in the blogosphere every day for Make Love Not Porn. This is an area where things are very easily misunderstood. And so it is hard enough building what I and my team are building without being shut on from a great height while we're building it. So that is the only reason I'm not going to tell you exactly what MakeLoveNotPorn.tv is. But what I will say is that I believe the way you combat porn as sex education in a bad way is with porn as sex education in a good way. So what I'm looking to do is to take every dynamic that exists out there in social media currently and apply them to the one area that no social media network or platform has gone or will ever dare go, which is sex. I would like to socialize real-world sex and to make it socially acceptable and socially shareable in a way that, quite frankly, nobody else has achieved to date. And you'll be able to see when we launch MakeLoveNotPorn.tv in May whether or not we've succeeded.
So is one of your agendas not to overplay sex or to make it seem like dirty, or not to underplay it, just accept this is a normal, natural thing that it's okay to speak about?
As I said earlier, all I want people to do is talk about it, because sexual egos are very fragile. We all get very vulnerable when we get naked. And people find it bizarrely difficult to talk about sex with the people they're actually having it with while they're actually having it. Because you are terrified of hurting another person's feelings, putting them off you, derailing the entire episode. But at the same time, you do want to please your partner, so you'll seize your cues from any way you can. If the only cues you have are from porn, that's not necessarily going to produce the desired result. And so I am building a platform and tools, what I call sexual social currency. And all I want people to do is have this dialogue in the public domain, openly and without shame and embarrassment, which is why our tagline for MakeLoveNotPorn.tv is pro-sex, pro-porn, pro-knowing the difference.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining us. Oh, when will this be coming out? When will you be launching?
Fingers crossed in May. But the reason I say fingers crossed is because I have to tell you, every obstacle an entrepreneur with a tech startup encounters, have a tech startup dealing with sex and triple them. It is enormously difficult doing what I and my team are doing, because we are encountering regularly exactly why I need to do this. Hypocrisy, Puritanism, ridiculous social obstacles to actually building what we're building. So it is a daily battle, which I have to go through together with my team for all the people who've built up a community around Make Love Not Porn over the past 3 years and so welcome what we're doing. And so we're on a social mission to change the world through sex. But as Joss Whedon said at South by Southwest last week, you have to have passion when everyone thinks you're out of your fucking mind. And so we hope, May, fingers crossed.
Okay, good luck with that. Looking forward to
Thank
seeing it. This is Glenn McMahon at the London Web Summit for Vision on TV.